about to leave. Already packing, come with me.
Hi,
I'm not
Carcia and Telly, and we are the HercastleGirls, your mindful mavens, your spiritual sisters. At you again with another It's All Connected by HercastleGirls.
Hello, what is going on, friends? It's so good to be here again with you.
It's so good to be here again. Thank you so much for joining us here on our channel. If you like videos on mindfulness, spiritual well-being, self-development, and just how you can apply these principles to your life, to your relationships, to your business, whatever you're up to, you can apply it, then this is the channel for you. So what should people do?
Well, girl, I know what they should do is they should subscribe to our channel, which we would greatly appreciate you for, and also leave a comment down below. We love hearing from everyone and hearing what you want to hear us talk about. We're always open to suggestions, and don't forget to give this beautiful video a thumbs up. It really helps get our little message out to this huge, beautiful world.
Join the Soulful Creator crew, and today we are going to be talking about a quote. What's that quote?
So the quote says, there are two types of pain. Pain that hurts you and pain that changes you.
Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about. It's heavy, so get ready for a great conversation.
In this week's episode, we are talking about a quote that Carcia and I have heard that's really speaking to us. And the quote says, there are two types of pain in this world. Pain that hurts you and pain that changes you.
With pain, you know, we look at it and immediately when you think of pain, you think of all the negative moments in your life. When you were a little kid and you stubbed your baby toe.
Yeah, that hurt.
That hurts, right? When we think of pain, we think about, you know, relationships gone wrong.
Yes.
Whether that be a friendship or an intimate relationship.
Yeah.
And you think of those moments. You think of moments when you've had to instill pain on another person due to your preferences or what you needed to do at the time.
Yeah, there's so many different angles of pain. Because I wasn't thinking about that. What about the pain that you have to put on other people? Like, I'm sorry, but you're not what I'm looking for, or this isn't what I was expecting.
Right, you know, you're not going to be getting the job offer. You're not going to be getting, you know, this house that you put a bid in for. You're not going to be able to leave the country. You know, all of these little rejections that also cause pain. And of course, sometimes when you have to inflict pain, it causes you pain too.
It does. You're like, oh my gosh, I feel bad that they feel bad.
Right, exactly. So looking at this quote, I'm going to ask you, what pain has hurt you?
Oh my goodness, I'm so glad you asked, Car, because I am sure that I'm not alone on this, and so I'm just going to get right to it. My workplace, the last place I worked at, that was, for some reason, that one really hit me, like the way how it ended, and the moments leading up to me, like just finally quitting, really destroyed me. Like I felt really bad. I felt like a failure, just because based upon why I quit. You know what I mean? Like it was weird. I'll say that just to spare everyone the ridiculousness of the whole situation. It's not even worth it, y'all. But that was what really inflicted pain on me, and it took me a good while to get over it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that a lot of people can probably, like, I'm sure if it's not a work situation, it's a relationship, or it's something along those lines. So yeah, that's what did it for me. Now, what about you? What was your, I don't want to get into, because I want our flow to be in sync, but.
Yeah, you know, what pain has hurt me? Gosh, I could think of the latest thing, and maybe the latest thing was getting laid off from my job.
Yeah.
And I, you know, that moment in time, I was at a job that I actually liked.
You were, and you were one of the, you were one of the
founding employees of the company.
Right.
And I enjoyed my job. I had, you know, did a really good job there, and I did something that now I know you shouldn't do, which is tie your identity to a job. And I did that, and I was fully invested in this job. And what came of it was me getting laid off. And it made me feel rejected. It made me feel like all the work I had put in for all those years truly meant nothing. It also made me feel alone. And that sort of pain is something that I wasn't used to.
I'm so glad you said that.
I wasn't used to it. I wasn't used to being...
So true.
I wasn't used to that feeling of abandonment.
Right.
And that's definitely something that happened. And yeah, it sucked. However, when we look at the other side of the coin, which is what this quote says,
right,
pain that changes you, what pain has changed or challenged you?
I'm glad you said that too, because I was working at that same place for a good while. This is one of the longest jobs I ever had. So, I was used to the rhythm. I was used to, waking up, getting my day ready for work, and when I got to work, I knew what to do. So I had a routine. So when I quit and left that job, I didn't need to do that routine anymore. And I felt so out of place. But I felt pain from that. I didn't know. I just felt like, oh my gosh, if I'm not doing that, then what am I doing in life? That kind of feeling came over me. But that was the challenge, because I was like, you know what? Okay, I used to do that. Let's challenge ourselves to find a new thing to do.
Yeah.
But that was hard also. The challenge was a challenge.
Yeah, the challenge was a challenge.
And it was rough.
Yeah.
It was not easy at first.
Yeah. And, for me, I feel that, what pain has changed or challenged me, that very pain kind of, even though it hurt me, it led to a point where it changed me, because it forced me to really do the work to figure out who I truly was. And, this is, this actually inspired the new course that I'm putting out, the Identity Crisis Breakthrough, which is about that very thing. Who am I? Where do I belong? What is my purpose? And how can I clear a path, removing the obstacles, removing the limited beliefs, and actually going forth in confidence. And that is what that program is about. And I'm excited for March. This is when it launches. It's a 6-week long program.
Awesome.
And for me, that was my problem coming out of that pain. I was hurt, but then I had to figure out, okay, now what?
And that's it. What you said just now, the now what? That's what stumps everybody.
Yes.
And we all just, I feel that we all naturally do the same thing. We all kind of just freak out because we're so used to being told what to do or having a calendar of what to do. And when you're out of flow, you're just like a deer in headlights.
Right. Exactly. And I had to figure out how to get back on that road to alignment, which is what many people have to do when they're found in this situation.
Definitely.
So the very pain that hurt me, it also changed me.
It did.
It made me get on a path to really look at who I was, and then I started working within mindset, studying, moving into spiritual wellness, and now having Bright Mindset Project.
Bright Mindset Project.
And it all came out of the pain that hurt.
Isn't that amazing though? How something that hurts you like to the core ends up having you blossom something into something like beautiful and amazing. And it's just funny because, as humans, as you always tell me, fear is going to be put inside of us to protect us. So of course we're going to freak out when we no longer have a rhythm or a pattern. And yes, we're also going to freak out when we challenge ourselves to figure out our life. Even when someone says the word "figure it out," people automatically go from like 0 to 1,000 because they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is a trick question, and I'm in a quiz." And it's like, you're not on a quiz; you're just being asked to figure it out. And you don't have to figure it out
today.
Thank you. You can take some time.
You can take your time.
Do a pros and cons list. I don't know. Just calm down.
Yeah, exactly. And with pain, you know, when we took a look at this quote and I broke it down, I was like, okay, yep, there's pain that hurts.
Yeah.
And then when you're hurt, you have to go to the other thing, which is healing, right? And that's a process that can take a year or 2 or 3
or forever.
And the thing with healing is we see, okay, something negative happened, that's why you feel the pain and you're hurt and now you have to heal. But healing can be such a rewarding experience. Healing leads to so much growth.
It does. It leads you to growth. It leads you to be more vulnerable and open to people, and people see you as opposed to just, you know, seeing you, if that makes sense. I know it's the same word, but you guys can read between the lines. Yeah. But that's the thing, like, and I guess people, because like you were saying before, you felt alone. Although you were laid off, so it wasn't like you did anything wrong.
Right,
they were going
and
through something.
Other people were laid off as well.
Right.
I wasn't alone in it, but I felt alone.
You felt alone, because this is your own, although you're in the same boat as other people, this was your own personal journey.
Right.
That you had to face on your own, and everyone deals through things differently. So it's interesting how people don't want to be alone ever. They just want to always have someone, or I don't know, something to hang on to. And it's like, okay, this is something you have to deal with. Healing is scary because you have to face things that you've been burying in your subconscious for, oh my goodness, who knows how long. Yes. And now you have to face it head to head, because if you don't face it, it's going to eat you alive.
Exactly.
No one has time for that.
Exactly. And when we look at the second pain, you know, the pain that changes you, when I think of the word change, I think of the word challenge, because changing is a challenge.
It is.
Right? Like, changing is not easy. Let's not kid ourselves. It is a challenge to change. So I think of the challenge, but then when you're challenged, it literally forces you to grow.
You know what I thought of, if you saying that just now? A butterfly.
Exactly.
The caterpillar.
Classic.
It goes through things. I mean, come on now, y'all. You know, it's
the caterpillar.
This little chubby worm crawl, whatever you call it. It forms this little chrysalis or little cocoon, whatever it wants to form. But all those challenges and staying in this, this small little compact space for God knows how long, and then when it opens, it blossoms into this beautiful butterfly.
Yes.
So the change is painful. A woman giving, a pregnant woman about to give birth, they're going through it for 9 months, and their body is changing. They're going through things that they would not want to probably do more than 3 or 4 times
in their lifetime.
But when they have the end result of this beautiful baby, or in the butterfly's case, a beautiful butterfly, it's worth the challenge.
Exactly. And that growth opportunity, it's not coming unless you've been through the challenge.
I'm glad you said that too, because so much people think that they can just kind of cheat it.
No.
People think it's hop over it.
You could probably cheat it, but it's not gonna last. You could cheat it, but eventually you're either going to be found out or it's gonna fall out of your hands simply because you didn't solidify it with that idea of the challenge. And pain, we look at it and say, well, I don't want to feel pain. But many times when you feel pain, there is an outcome of positiveness. A moment of healing, a moment and an opportunity for growth.
Having that breakthrough.
Yes.
So we broke down pain.
I think that it's such a great thing to reflect on. The idea of pain being, in 2 parts. That hurting part, yet that changing part, which it's a part of life.
It's a part of life. It can be a way, but that's why, you have to keep on going at it. Trial and error. Don't give up on yourself.
Exactly. And that's why we have conversations like this. To help you all, to remind you that you're not alone on this life journey. We are all here, and Bright Mindset Project, the HercastleGirls, we are here definitely to support you as we all go down this path together.
Oh girl, what a path, what a path it is.
What a path it is.
But you know, we find strength in togetherness.
We want to thank you for joining us this week. If you loved this video, give us a thumbs up, click that notification bell, and if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel.
Thank you so much everyone for watching and for listening. And until next time, bye!